My dad was a Rotarian, and growing up, what I knew about Rotary was whenever he went for a Rotary meeting, we're definitely going to eat suya that evening. So we used to look forward to him going for Rotary meetings. And I say that to say this because even growing up, we never really understood what Rotary was. It was just part of one of his many clubs and many activities that he did. I guess this is control. That he did. He was in tennis club, he was in JCI, he was in many things. He was very, very active. And as he grew older, his club activities kept growing. But as a child, I didn't really understand what Rotary was about. I just knew that, like I said, our opportunity to eat suya, that when are you going for Rotary? But as we grew up, we began to understand more and more that Rotary Club was more than just an association and a networking opportunity for people to come together and network and meet new people. But Rotary Club was about impact, was about creating a difference in the world, and was about community. And I say that because branding is not just about, sorry. Okay. Branding is not just about what you say about yourself. It's also about what people think and believe about you. So you may spend years, creating a brand and creating a perception for what it is that you want people to believe you are. Oh, Rotary is about community. Rotary is about networking. Rotary is about helping communities. But the question is at the back of the mind of the people around the world and who are not necessarily part of Rotary. The question is, who is Rotary? What do you do? So you can deliberately build a brand, but if you don't work deliberately to manage the perceptions of the people who interact with your brand, then you are building in silos. So positioning is about how you create the space in people's minds, while the perception is how the people feel. So it's a very healthy marriage between communication, perception building, service, to be able to get people to understand you and understand what you as Rotary Club stands for. And when I talk about branding, this can also be applied to individuals. If you are building a personal brand, if you are building a business brand, it also transcends that. Okay, sorry, I think I'm pressing that. Okay, so what does Rotary stand for? It stands for service. We do clean water projects. We do scholarships. I'm talking globally now. We do the polio. We do different things and acts of service. In terms of networking, like I mentioned, people come in, they network, they meet new people, they make friends and all. So it's a healthy blend. But externally, like I said, do people know that that's who we really are? Some years back, I think when I met one of the Rotary Club members asking, okay, so what do you guys really do? How do I see your impact in the larger community or in the world? Because it wasn't really clear. It wasn't coming across strongly. And I think the previous speaker also mentioned about creating things internally, but it not necessarily resonating externally, communicating things within the club, but the people outside, because Rotary is not supposed to exist in silos. It's not supposed to be about us. It's also about getting volunteers, because when I went to the website and I visited, there's a volunteer network that we're trying to recruit. And how do we get more volunteers if the volunteers don't know what they are connecting to, the bigger picture? What's the why? Why am I connecting to become a member of Rotary Club beyond just a professional networking organization? So the first step in, I think, managing and creating a great brand, which is my topic for today, is correcting that mystery around what your brand is, what your brand says it is and says it does, so people have a clearer understanding and belonging towards your brand. Because people will love you and connect with you. Because if you think about brands like Coca-Cola, Nike, and have their wonderful slogans, there is a connection, there's loyalty, there's some sort of attraction to the brand because of the perception that has been created in the minds of people around that particular brand. So how do we, create a good, perception for our brands? Through deliberate conversations, deliberate communication on social media, on the news, on traditional media, and whatever platforms it is that your target audiences are. Because first of all, you need to know who you're trying to attract. Are we trying to attract the government? Are we trying to attract young people? Are we trying to attract middle-aged people? Crafting your communication to your right target audience will help drive your message. Are you communicating your member experiences? So if you become a member of a Rotary Club in whatever district, what are the benefits? What are you going to gain? What is in it for you? Because people are generally motivated by emotion and what is in it for me first before what is in it for other people. Yes, there are some people in this world that are selfless, that are always about what is it for the world, what is it about people generally. But there are people genuinely that want to know how this connects to their personal why. So how do you communicate your member experiences and how do you communicate your public perception? So in my understanding of Rotary, what sets us apart is service above self. We are about the people. We are about connecting to communities. We are about doing the greater good. So it's not just about our slogan, it's who we are in our DNA. We have a global network of people all around the world. So you are not just a Rotarian in Nigeria, in Ikeja, in Surulere, in Bagada. You are connected to a network of people all over the world. We push leadership over service, and we are a people of integrity. And we have a lot of impact services and things that we do for the greater community. But the question again that we need to ask ourselves is, do people really know outside of Rotary that this is who we stand for and this is who we are? So back to the question of the topic that I was given today. What is a great brand? Great brands are created when we have these 3 C's in place. Clarity. Do we know who it is we want to serve, who we are trying to attract? Consistency. Are we consistently communicating this information every day to the people that we meet? And 3, connection. Do people feel a certain bond and connection to what it is that you are, quote and unquote, selling? So when you think about Coca-Cola, when you think about Apple, what are the emotions that come to mind? What are the feelings that come to mind? What are the phrases that come to mind? So those are the things that you need to have in mind when you are creating a great brand. And Rotary, what do we want to be known for? That's a question for everyone in the media community, in the leadership. What do we want to be known for? So how to become a great brand? We need to be intentional and know our targets. I've mentioned this earlier. Who are we speaking to? Who are the people that will be interested in connecting with what it is that we have to offer? Be intentional about what it is that we are offering. We should do a lot more show and tell. Our previous speaker also said that it's not about shaking hand pictures. It's about putting your hands into the dirt, showing the activity, not all those PR pictures that you smile and you shake hands, but what did you actually do? How are people benefiting from your contribution to the larger community? A lot of show and tell. And you need good storytelling. I started this conversation by talking about a story about my dad because it connects to the story here. So how are we connecting to the story that resonates with people so people can understand a lot more deeper what makes us tick? What is our vision? Why we do the things that we do? We need to stay relevant. We need to communicate and stay relevant to the things that matter to people now. Polio matters to people. What other health thing or community thing is strong enough to connect to people that people really want and will be passionate about, will want to donate towards, will want to donate their time, finances towards? What are those social impact causes that we can engage on to attract more donors and attract more volunteers? And then we need to keep our messaging simple and bridge the gap between elitism. So Rotary Club is not about the rich. It's not about the powerful. It's about everyone, where everybody can find themselves in Rotary. So I'm rounding up now. Some critical questions that we need to ask ourselves to be able to create and craft the brand and create and craft the right communication for the people that we are trying to attract is relevance. Do people see us as relevant in their lives? We need to ask ourselves that question. Are we relevant? Number 2, are we solving problems that really matter today? If the answer is yes, then definitely you're on the right track. Number 3, do our actions reflect our values clearly to outsiders? So what we do, does it match what we say? And finally, if Rotary disappeared tomorrow, will there be a gap? Will you know that Rotary is no longer here? If the answer is no, then definitely there is a problem. So we need to ask ourselves honestly, are we filling a gap? Are we, quote unquote, relevant to the needs of people? Final questions. What do we need to be known for? Nike is known for performance. Disney, happiness. What is Rotary known for? What is Rotary really, really known for in the eyes and minds of people? So the questions we need to ask ourselves, the final questions, I know I'm asking a lot of questions, is what do we want to see happen in our communities? This is how we build a big brand. So you start from the end in mind. So you think big scope. What do I want to see happen? And then walk backwards. So if this is my great vision that I want to achieve, what do I want to be known for to make this happen? The next question, what action will I take consistently to make that happen? And finally, what do I need to learn now to adapt to that future and get ready for the future that I am preparing for? If you have this at the back of your mind, when you are planning the brand, planning your messaging, planning your vision and goals for the year, it helps you stay focused and, achieve what it is that we have set out to do at the beginning of the year. So finally, a great brand is not built on logos or slogans. It is built on trust. It is built on clarity and the consistent experience of serving real needs. A brand must be useful. It must serve and it must solve. So the question that everybody should be asking as a Rotarian is, how am I personally building the Rotary brand in my community, in my district, in my club, wherever I am? Am I selling this club? Am I making us, am I showcasing the best of us so that people will want to join and people will want to contribute and people will want to donate? Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for Joy O'Brien, brand strategist. Now you know what it takes to build a great brand.